This is the fault that shows there, and then it shows cylinder number 4, and it shows low fuel pressure there. All right, you know your car, yeah. This is cylinder number 1, cylinder number 2, cylinder number 3, and cylinder number 4, yeah. It's a 4-cylinder car, yeah. That's cylinder number 1 spark plug, number 2 spark plug, number 3 spark plug, and number 4 spark plug. So you can see the color of it is different from the rest of the cylinder number 4. This here is white and is wet with fuel, wet with petrol. When I took it off, it was dripping with petrol, was just dripping out of it, which is not supposed to. All the rest of these cylinders are dry. They're black and they're dry. It is not wet. Number 3 is not wet. Number 1, it is also not like wet, it's black. But number 4, it is white. It's like really shiny, the spark plug, and it was wet with petrol. Looks like number 4 is not doing anything. So obviously I'm just gonna do a compression test on it to make sure the engine is okay, and if the engine is okay, then I will check the injectors to see if the injector is faulty, and that can cause it to be wet with petrol. Just keep spraying petrol inside the cylinders. So that's what I'm gonna do now, a compression test, then I'll go from there, yeah? Alright, I'm just doing a compression test on it, on all 4 cylinders, because you know the engine, for the engine to run properly, you need a fuel, you need a compression, and you need a spark. 3 things: fuel, compression, and spark, yeah? If one of them is missing, it's not gonna run properly, yeah? So we're gonna do compression test now. Cylinder number 1. Okay. Then we're gonna do the cylinders there. This cylinder is okay. And while I'm doing compression test, number 4 is just pissing out a lot of fuel, petrol is just pissing out of number 1. It's pissing out of number 4. I mean, it's just a lot of petrol just keep coming out. The rest of the cylinder is not pushing any petrol out of it, but number 4 is just pushing petrol out. So all of here is just wet with petrol. So number 4 is something's not right with it. But I'll check the compression, all of it, and make sure the engine is okay. And if it's okay, then I'll move to the injectors. That's number 2 there now. See there. Now you can see number 4, that's where the problem is. Just a lot of fuel is coming out of that number 4, but the rest of the cylinders is not pushing any petrol out, yeah? Number 2 has a good compression. Is that just moving on to number 3 now. Just crank a little bit, and that's it. So, number 3 is almost 12 bar, which is good. And we're at number 4 now, yeah? I'm just gonna crank a little bit just to see if I can get some reading out of it. I can't crank it too much because maybe the fuel can damage my tester. Just gonna make sure it has a compression. As long as it has a compression, then it's a good. Yeah, number 4 does have compression there, up to 15 bar, which is good. So now we just have to stop the fuel from pissing out of this cylinder. So in this case, looks like it's gonna be the injector. This injector here, I'm gonna remove it and have a look. So what we're gonna do, once I remove it, then we're gonna try another injector. cylinder number 4 injector. Yeah, number 1 injector, there's number 2 injector there, and then there's number 3 injector there, and there's number 4. There's 4 injectors. So that injector number 4, it doesn't seem to be okay, so it's just dumping fuel inside, and the fuel is just pissing out where the spark plug is, and that's why number 4 spark plug is like so bright white there, and then the rest of the cylinders are black. Black means they're burning the petrol properly, but this is not burning any petrol. So that's what I'll do next. Alright, I got the cylinder number 4 injector out. It goes in there. So we're gonna have to try another injector. We'll have to order a new injector, try it, and then retest it. Looks like there's an internal fault inside the injector, which is causing the injector to leak, like fuel leak. So it's just keep leaking inside the cylinder. Every time you try to start the car, there's just fuel leaking inside the cylinder, and cylinder number 4 is getting flooded with petrol. Yeah, all the rest of these cylinders are not getting flooded, but just number 4 is getting flooded. So now we have to try injector there, number 4, and then retest the issue. Right, that's it. So this is the new injector. It's from BMW there. New injector, that's the old one, and this is the new one. Alright, so I'll go ahead and fit it there, and then put everything back together and then test it. Yeah, alright, I have put the brand new injector there, number 4 there, and new spark plug on number 4 as well. So that's the old injector here. So I will program it, then I will start the car, test it and stuff. Obviously the car has 4 injectors. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So far just one of them is faulty, which is number 4. Maybe in the future number 1 might be faulty, or number 3 or number 2, but I'm just replacing the one which is faulty. Okay, so it's all back together now. So I'm just gonna take it for a test drive, and then once everything is okay, then I'll put everything back together. All right.